Okay, I scraped all the rotting birch bark off from that stump. That's a very old stump. I took some off from here. What I am collecting is definitely damp, and I am, bump my noggin, those two old stumps, rotting stumps, are underneath where I just took some dead underbranches. Under here, where it's still snowy, but these are going to be some of my best bets. Low dead branches under a tree. So I'm just going to pick up some small twigs. It looks like maybe pieces of dead grass. This is the birch that I found. Like I said, it's rotting. It's been dead for a long time. So we will see. No guarantees, folks. See you in a minute. Let me bring you a little closer. It is currently snowy. It snowed last night. Everything is covered with snow. But what I've got here is an old rotting piece of birch bark, wet rotten wood that wasn't frozen that I could pull off. I've got some juniper, dead juniper, and I'm not going to be starting a big fire. If I do start a fire, it's just going to be a smudge that I can snuff out with the snow. I found some sarsaparilla sprigs. They tend to not want to burn even though they're dead. So, there's my base. Got a lighter. I try to get all my lighters yellow so I can see them better if I drop them. She's not going to catch on with that. That caught on. Nope, didn't stay. All right, so I'm going to have to try to catch some birch bark on fire. I got to try to keep my glove dry now. So let me take both gloves off, actually. Let me try to get a piece of birch bark caught. It's all covered in snow. It's wet. It doesn't want to stay lit. It's trying. Everything is wet, even though it's dead and it was dry. She just doesn't want to. Come on. Come on. It's smoldering. Nope. She didn't make it. She's not going to make it, folks. She's snap, crackle, and popping, though. Got a little smoke. Maybe a little fire trying to burn, but it's just the bark. We'll see if we can't make that work. Birch bark is fantastic stuff, folks. That old rotten birch, it's actually got fungi on it. It's all wet. The birch bark is catching on. And you just feed it slowly, don't overfeed it. And I'm going to try to put that, carry it underneath without putting the fire out. So we're going to go slow. Like I said, this is, you can probably wring that out if it thawed. So it wants to go out. Come on. Nope. Come on. Don't go out. Don't go out. Yeah, that is so wet. This stuff, dead juniper top, just isn't wanting to catch on at all. This is all wet. Piece of birch bark that has snow all over it. We'll see. I think she's going to take off, folks. Let me bring you a little closer. She's smoking pretty good. But there's a fire. If I don't smother it, and if I feed it gradually, we should be good. Where's my stack of wood that I got? It's smoky. Like I said, everything is wet. That right there. Yeah, pretty wet. Gotta turn you around, folks. Sorry. I was holding the camera wrong. And like I said, I'm not going to build a big fire. I'm right downwind of that smoke. But it's really good to practice your skills, challenge yourself. A lot of smoke. You got to allow the fire to do its thing. Try not to let it go out while you're feeding it all the same time, right? Now this is without pine cones. I thought I might have to get some pine pitch or spruce pitch. But that birch bark, even though it was frozen, it was wet, rotten. It's been dead that tree's been dead a long time, for years and years and years. But birch bark, they used to make birch bark canoes, right? They still do here in Maine. And birch bark is waterproof, 100% waterproof, folks. So let's put a little bit bigger stick on. And again, I am not going to let this fire get too big. But there it is. No pine pitch, no spruce pitch was needed. No pine cones. A lot of people swear by birch bark. A lot of my family, they collect birch bark from the firewood. You cut a birch down and they buck it up. You score the length of the tree with a chainsaw from the tip to the butt, just down through the bark. That allows that birch to breathe, dry out better, because birch bark is waterproof, right? It'll hold that water right in so the birch won't dry. So birch bark, even though it's rotten, soaked, froze, did the trick, folks. Now this here is starting to thaw. It is soaking wet, folks. I'm about ready to put that fire out anyway. Yeah, it's just smoking. It is just smoking. Birch bark with ice on it. Pretty hard to show you with that, with all that smoke from the wetness. But as you can see, it caught on even though it was frozen and wet. That is how flammable birch bark is, folks. So I am out in the open a little bit. It snowed last night. It was snowing when I first started out here. And I cleared a little snow away. I laid a piece of rotten birch bark down so my kindling wasn't in the snow, and then built the fire on top of that. So there. I guess I've still got it. Birch bark really helps wet or not, it still helps. Let me move this stuff out of the way. My gloves out of the way. So there you have it, folks. I'm going to put it out. And you want to put your fire out. You want to overdo it. Every bit of it. Any piece of wood that's showing, you want to make sure that is out so it doesn't catch on.